Medusas go. Let's see. She's currently 5 feet below the platform, coiled around the column. Kalor, did you reposition from where you currently are at, or did your character stand where they currently are?
Standing where they currently are. Yeah,
Okay.
and is it back on your end? I moved to the edge and then moved back. That's what I did.
Okay,
So,
it shows your character is right here, so I just want to confirm that that's accurate.
Can you? Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. So,
That's good for me.
she's gonna take a 3/4 cover shot at you then. Try to hit you in the shoulder. She can see you. So that's +5 to your AC. She'll take 3 attempted shots. That is 16, 20, and 24.
That's in shield range 24. With my additional.
Yes, because shield range would put you up to 20, and then sorry, the 3/4 cover will put you up to 20. Then a shield will put you up to 25.
Yeah, okay, I'll shield that.
Okay, that'll stop all 3 attacks then.
And then she'll see a little, just you know.
She's gonna coil around and kind of see if she could reposition to our swim team over there. But she doesn't have any more actions to attack, or shots to attack with, so it's gonna end her turn. Oh. Top might be having the audio issue again. Let's see. This one's going to go. Dashing. $50, $60, and is going to do mirror image on itself. As it spends 2 to quicken. And that'll end its turn.
So it did it twice.
Let's see. No, it dashed as its action. You can't stack a mirror image twice, because it's the same name effect. But he dashed and then quickened the mirror image, because it's normally an action.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yep. Dash
Love
60.
that one.
Rinse and repeat. 5. For this guy as well, a mirror image. And a dash. With a quicken. Bang will go. On the ground. Does he recharge his ability? He does. So with that in mind, he has a bonus action to do it, but no reason to yet. What's he gonna do here? He's gonna step forwards. Actually, can he do it from here? It is 150. 30 on the platform. $110. Plus 30 is 140. 15-foot radius. Not gonna hit you, E, because you're just above the water, so it would just be targeting Kalor. Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's going to, while sitting on the large throne that the Medusa was on, flick his wrist over with the proper motion and use Delirium Blast at you, Kalor, which is an explosion of psychic energy as a saving throw. So I do need intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving.
That is a success. So you will avoid being incapacitated, and you will also take half damage of 19 instead of 38. As he'll kind of just chuckle and say, I guess I need to put cushions on the upper seat as well. That'll end his turn.
Alright.
It is your go. As noted, you're technically hovering above the water currently, so you're not 40 feet up to here, but you are 5 feet above here.
Okay. I'm going to move. Go 5, 10, 15. Wait, how am I still 50 feet away from him?
Because you moved down, so it's a diagonal cross.
Oh my god. 15. 20, 25, 30. Am I still 50 feet here? I still am.
Do keep in mind that they're 70 feet above, technically 65 from you because you're 5 feet above the water currently. So that is 65 plus 50 at 115.
They're also mirror
Okay.
image.
Yeah. So I'm going to, from here, I'm gonna hypnotic pattern, getting all three of these guys. Fingers crossed that they fail for once in their lives.
You'll see To's message.
Let's see.
He wants us
Sure.
all to leave for a minute and then come back with him first.
We could do that. So 1 second.
Okay.
There.
Okay, testing.
Oh my god, you're loud.
Or not, I guess.
I know it worked. I heard it for a second.
He's back. Can you hear us?
I just muted, but I could hear him.
Okay, yep, you can hear. Perfect.
Excellent.
Alright, so, E, what were you trying to do?
Hypnotic pattern on these three.
Okay. Let's see, coming up.
Um, and also, spell save DC is supposed to be 10 plus proficiency and spellcasting, or 8 plus proficiency in spellcasting.
It's 8 plus proficiency plus spellcasting for your DC. Unless you have any other items
Okay.
that improve your DC.
I have my Rod of the Packkeeper, which gives it +1, but I think that's already being factored in.
It should be. So you have 8 plus 5 plus 4, yeah, so 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 8 is 18. Yep.
Okay.
That is accurate. Both knights succeed, but Medusa is now turned off.
Oh, this is so tough. Do I have any bonus actions? I got nothing. Uh. Let me see, find familiar.
Can't do that. Familiars are banned.
Well, it's a leveled spell,
See, it is an
so I'm
attempted
thinking
roll.
maybe I could try to. Yeah, but like to bring them out, is that an action or a bonus action?
It is a bonus I believe it is a bonus action. Let me double check. Find familiar.
No, it's an action. As an action, while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in a unoccupied space.
So, wouldn't be able to this turn then. Unless you,
Yeah.
in theory, quicken the hypnotic pattern to give your action to doing that, then you could attempt it. But that would be burning some more sorcery
I don't
points.
have enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have no more sorcery points, unfortunately.
Alright,
Alright, that's it for me.
Lycan.
Can I do bonus action spells and bonus actions together, or is it one or the other?
You can only if one of them is a cantrip. You can't do 2 leveled spells in the same turn, unless you have action surge.
Well, like, I mean, like, can I do a bonus action spell and then just a bonus action in the same turn?
No.
It's like if I cast Sanctuary on myself,
Huh?
can I then spend a key point to get the movement?
No, you couldn't use a bonus action as an action, for example. You'd have to have the bonus action available.
Right.
If you had expended it to do one thing, you couldn't expend it to do the other.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna bonus action Sanctuary on myself again.
You could still dash as your action, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna
Gotcha.
dash as my action.
Sounds good.
And I am at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's me.
Okay, so 8. Kalor, reactions back, shield is down.
Okay. Me go forward. Fuck. Okay.
Oh, I do need actually a con save from me real quick, because you took the 19 damage from the effect you have.
Oh, I
your aura.
did. Yeah.
DC 10 though.
Jesus.
All good. That still passes. You're good.
Yep, and yeah, that. Okay, so Medusa's not hypnotic patterned. Two up there. Too far, too far. Then there's Ecclesis down here. Okay. First of all, just rolling for healing. So, plus 16.
Should get you out of the wounded condition. For now.
I'm probably immediately gonna go back in. And I am able. Yeah, that's 90 feet, and
Oh yeah, so it'd be. Yep, 90 exactly. Correct.
yeah, and okay. Disadvantage revolver.
That hits. 23 or 23 disadvantage. 12. Applied.
And then, uh, and Lycan's in the water, right? Not up there, so can't do. Okay, let me just quickly check the rules of Archangel. Yeah, 30 feet. Nope.
Oh, I should say that I would have come back up to the surface of the water after I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Okay, so you are making yourself visible to kind of see if you can burn some more attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just do another revolver shot. Alright. Ooh, never mind.
That will not connect.
Yeah. And then me go back. And in turn.
Alright. Guard will over. And then 70 down. That's 100. It's his range for one elemental bolt. It's gonna go for acid targeting you, Lycan. Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Nat ones. Does not go off.
So he takes psychic damage.
Sadly, no.
I'm grasping at straws.
Red, it is your go. Alrighty. It is simply a point you choose within range. It does not require line of sight. Nope. Grab the spell effect for you. Inspiration will increase radius. And it is a reroll
he's-
on the D100. Oh, I see. Sure. I'll allow you to use it on a D100 in this case. Just a little bit more. And then 30 across, 30 above. Yep. And turn on tint color. No, it has to be the 0 feet, that's what it is. Or a 0 square green and show. There we go. On the left side there should be a D100 option, or you could do a /R prompt as well. 41 does not succeed. You can use your inspiration. Yeah, that will not succeed. The spell slot does get refunded to you. Certainly a good attempt because they can't counterspell down that below. But with that, any movement? No. Great Invisibility does not get dropped until the concentration is made. Because the spell got bounced before it even activated, you don't maintain concentration on a spell. Because the spell slot got refunded, it wasn't expended. Okay. To reset your suffocating and get you to hold breath, which is a lot better than suffocating. Sounds good. Yeah, if the spell would have resolved, you would have lost Greater Invis, but because you didn't maintain concentration because it didn't go off, you do not. Yep. Would you like to use any other remaining movement after moving some to get up? Think would have used it all. Okay, perfect. Then with that, greater. Oh yeah, because you moved across. That's why. So you still would have been at 20 feet last time. That makes sense. Okay. Greater Medusa is going to be incapacitated. However, at the start of the turn order, let's see. I think you are the only one who might be able to see this due to how the platforms are working. You see a individual appear on the steps down to the south. Only for a brief moment, it looks like a blue ethereal individual with a large cape and staff almost identical to the one that Fang is wielding. Fang seems to remark to the individual saying, "Not possible." And then the individual will raise his staff. A beam of light will streak by in the direction of Fang. But it doesn't seem to hit Fang, as Fang kind of cackles in a demonic sound. "You missed." The figure fades and doesn't say anything, but Fang looks towards his staff as it withers. Band skulls are back on. Band skulls are back on him and his allies. And it seems like the effect might not be fully resolving. So we'll see how that plays out. And Medusa is capacitated. Arcanite is good. He is going to move down here. None of the big boy explosions available, but you elemental bolt twice, as that is a spell-like ability and not a spell. Targeting you like him with 2 wisdom saving throws in response.
Healing wise, Punk.
He is only 50%. First fails, second succeeds, and 25 to hit you.
What's he hitting me with?
Acid damage of 8.
Fuck. Alright. Well, that just takes my temp away.
Yep. That'll end his turn.
This next guy, though.
Knight's gonna go. He's going to follow up on the same thing on you. Double wisdom. Failure. Failure. End's turn.
Ew.
Fang does not seem too pleased that the staff is now destroyed. as he says, kind of grumbling, I hate playing on an even field. And let's see. I try to break through the effect. Yeah, he's gonna. He's not gonna reveal himself that much. Go for that and attempt it. Yeah. He will. Seeing his knights kind of firing down, he's going to drop a delirium blast in that area if he succeeds. So that will expend that if he succeeds. He does not, so he gets refunded and burns his action. He's just gonna sit on the throne, pissed off. As like you kind of see that blast almost appear there for a moment, then fade away. Okay, E. Yeah, move
Transmutation is
unconscious.
allowed, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move 30 feet this way.
It was conjuration, necromancy, and evocation as a reminder.
Thank you. And I'm going to use an action to restore a spell slot using my Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay.
And then that's it for me. Hooray.
Alright, Lycan.
I'm going to use a healing bandage on myself as my action.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to step of the wind.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swim away. 5, 30.
I'll also get you to have
How
cover
tall
on
is
my
this ledge? How tall
this
is the ledge?
40 feet here.
Okay.
Above you.
I might stay here for the cover.
Okay. Sounds good.
Then I
End
can
of
do
turn.
the full thing next round.
Kalor.
Okay, I wouldn't know what happened, right? I'm in my own little corner.
You would have seen the streak of energy probably shooting across from your angle, hitting the staff and things like that. Maybe.
Okay. So, healing yet again. Ooh, 20 this time.
Nice.
Almost back to full health. Nice. Okay, going through. How much was the drop from here to like the bottom area again?
40
What's
feet to
it?
the bottom. To the waters here.
Like, and if you jump and pause mid-air, I can get you my bonus action next round. No. Okay. I'll continue trying to damage this guy here. Disadvantage.
Hits.
It's, you know what, I'll also Arcane Jolt him, so that's an extra.
Sure.
Yeah.
That
Nice,
puts him in the winning condition.
21. Okay. Roll a shot yet again. Oof.
That will miss. Oh,
Okay.
actually, one second.
Cowardly.
He
Oh.
has mirror image on him.
Oh.
Okay, that would have hit. That would have hit him instead of the mirror image. But he does have mirror image on him, but he still took damage and is at half.
Okay, and then I'll just go back.
Okay.
Simple hit and run strats.
Do what you gotta do. Guard is gonna go. Make it a perfect AoE on the ledge. And Lycan, I'm gonna say he has full cover from you. You have full cover from him, technically. So he is going to hold his action for a blast. Delirium as a spell ability. That's gonna end his turn. And red, he goes back to you. Okay. It is going to be a 1d100 roll. That succeeds.
Oh!
And with that, let's see. Sickening Radiance will deal 6d10 damage.
Oh.
As noted, succeeding against these span skill limitations does give some form of benefit to a spell. And then swimming 25 back down, or just 20 for reference. Full movement 25, got it. Just gonna mark that as 5 for 5 times 5, heard. And then 43 when they start their turn. Alright, and then concentration's being held there. Medusa starts turn is no longer going to be incapacitated as they're going to take damage here. It is a con save, double check. Con save, yep. Let's see. And on it. Alright, and that's a failure, so 1 temporary point of exhaustion. So disadvantage on ability checks. Marked. And then that is 43 damage of Radiant. Very nice. She is almost wounded, just outside of being wounded. As she regains consciousness. Let's see. That will end your held spell for pattern. She will slide down to 45 feet down the column, or about 25 feet from the water. which should put her out of the 30-foot radius from above the platform. And then she is going to target UE.
Oh.
And get some return shots on you.
Okay.
Miss. 22 and 21 to hit.
I gotta take him.
Okay. If you take them, it's unconscious for you.
I gotta take the first one, silvery barbs. The second one.
Okay. 24 on the first one. 14 poison, 10 piercing. And
Wait,
then,
poison. 1 second, let me.
Yeah, something against poison, because
I
that'd
forgot
be
they
very
do poison.
helpful.
I have acid. I have absorb elements. 24, you said?
24 total, yeah. And then re-rolling the barbs for you. 15.
Oh, that hits.
Alright, that is going to be 29 damage then.
Alright, so 24 and 29.
53.
53.
Barb's
Yep,
is only
and
60. You are at 25 down below, plus above would be 25 from the water, which is then another 20. So that's 50, 70 feet.
Cool.
So with barbs, I think
Okay,
it's
then
60,
I guess-
so you'd be out of range for you, Red. But your barbs was able to go off, it just still hit with the barbs roll. And that is reaction expended, and then as noted, 24, then it was the 29 on the next one. Should put you unconscious.
Yep. I'll give, before I go unconscious, I'll
Yep.
pass advantage to Lycan. He's the only one in range,
Okay.
I think.
You could pass it to yourself to get advantage on your death saving throw to try to get your chance to get back to 1, but if you want to give it to Lycan, you can as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I'll
up
give
to
it to
you.
myself. Screw
Yeah,
you,
do
Lycan.
I don't have anything that will get from it.
Alright, and then Tiny Fairy splashes on the water. That'll end Medusa's turn. Arcane Knight will go, con save, magical effect. (16) still fails, 1 temp exhaustion, and 43 radiant damage. Puts in the wounding condition. It is going to reposition itself out of the sickening radiance. And for now, take the dodge action. This one. Con save. Fails. 43 is just enough for a lethal. 1 knight is dead. By the radius. Bang. Succeeds. 21 damage, no exhaustion. Burns that. Okay. He will conjuration, so he's gonna have to attempt it. Yep, he will. He's going to attempt a casting, even gonna go at a higher level attempt just to try to increase his chances to succeed here. He does succeed. As he will Dimension Door in front of Kalor. That corner is no longer safe for you. As Fang is now in front of you. And that ended up burning a 6th level spell slot. Did resolve. E. You are floating on the water. Not this turn, but starting next turn, you're gonna potentially start sinking.
Start grounding.
Yep. So I do need you to
Alright.
give me an advantage death saving throw. Make sure you're on Whisper.
Yeah, I set to TODM.
Perfect. Yep. Go for it.
Alright.
One more time. Yep. Well, same result or same result. You can mark it.
Yeah, same result means I go up, right?
Sadly, no. That in mind, Lycan, it is your go. You see E floating, you see some form of kind of magical warp from the throne somewhere, and then you hear a voice up top near Kalor speaking, and it sounds like Fang, which is not a good sign. What do you do?
Fuck. Ecclesis. Yeah. Alright. How much movement is it to get up there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get up there on dashing alone?
Do you have climb speed from your monk yet?
Where would that be?
I believe it is level 9 or 11, actually, a monk, I think.
Movement. No, I've already got that. Yeah, Ninth
Yeah,
Seeker
ninth
gives the ability to
level,
move. Yeah, I don't have that.
So you would have to risk trying to climbing up the stones, which you could do at, I will say, difficult terrain, because there has been, you just kind of broke down that wall section, so I'm going to say there's some loose cobble that you can kind of climb up that way now that the water's stopped flowing. It's more than one higher level than his monk. It's several higher levels than his monk, because of multi-class.
Oh wait,
So could I what's up?
never mind.
Could I like step of the wind and then use my doubled movement speed to get through the water and up the wall in one turn and still have my action?
So 40 feet's gonna turn into 80 with difficult, and then you need to move 2 tiles to get there.
God.
So that is gonna put you at 100 feet of movement. You'd have to
How much
use
movement do I get from levitate?
total. Levitate gives you only 20. But if
So
you
that won't
your
even
normal
press us up?
movement speed is 40 with your extra with
45.
45. So if you were to dash, that gets you 90 of the 100 total that you would need. If you were to dash as an action, you would be able to get up there and flank Fang, but you would be burning everything to get right into melee with him. Otherwise, you'd be
Yeah,
like
and I
10
won't
feet
get the
short.
attack. I won't get
Yeah.
any moves on him.
Correct.
Unless, can I spend another key point to attack?
You wouldn't have another action or bonus action available to attack at that point.
Fuck.
But you could expend everything to get in flanking range and melee. Otherwise, with a bonus action and movement, that would put you about 10 feet shy of being over the top side where Kalor and Fang is now, for reference.
10 feet shy, you say, with bonus action and just movement? Would I still have an action?
Yes. Exactly. You would still have an action. That is just
Okay,
bonus
well I'm gonna
action.
do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up to like the ledge.
Right. Yeah. So no, you'll be 10 feet.
And I-
You'll be 10 feet shy of the ledge from where it currently is to get up to the top of the ledge.
And with that, spending key point, right?
That would be spending the key point as your bonus action to dash. Correct.
So I can't actually see him.
Correct, because you're not over the ledge just yet. 10 feet before it. You're just climbing the wall.
So if I use my action now to cast levitate on myself, I could float the rest of the way and didn't be up there. Then I'll be
Yeah.
out of actions.
In theory, you could use levitate to float your way up there. If you didn't want to use the spell, you would also just be able to use your action to dash to get up and get in there and get into melee with him, as well with flanking with Kalor.
And that would still include the key dash.
Yeah, you still have to dash to get to where you currently are. It's just you could levitate to close the gap, or you could dash as your action to close the gap.
I get levitate for free, and levitate doesn't like undo the sanctuary, right? Because that's just a passive.
Yes, it has to be a hostile spell in order to break sanctuary.
Okay, I'll levitate the rest of the way then, for free.
Sure. Okay, so I'll take your action, and then you are able to position yourself right behind Fang if you wanted to.
Right here.
Yeah, so you'd be flanking with
I'm gonna do
Kalor
that
and
fucking
melee.
Undertaker meme. The Fang like smiling that he's got Kalor, and then I'm just gonna rise up behind him. Next turn, baby.
All right. So that's expending.
Fuck him up,
everything.
Kalor. You get +1.
Turn. And then just one additional second.
Damn it.
On my end. Alright. Let's see. We'll go to Kalor.
And then I fireball like now. I will firstly bonus action Lycan to heal, so 2d6. Have 10 healing Lycan. It's not much, but
It
HP
means a
is
lot to
HP.
me when I can go down in 2 hits.
Yep. Just like damage is damage, health is health.
we're just doing gun through in the fucking little corner up here. Just yeah. Revolver shot. Ah.
That will not connect, sadly.
Okay. Second revolver shot.
16 with flanking will still miss.
Your bad luck has. No.
So you pass the healing, you kind of raise both of your revolvers to kind of shoot at him. He kind of like uses his backhanded hands to kind of like push the revolver bolt away as it just kind of strikes against the wall. As they do not connect.
Well, this is all. No, I don't want to be a redder.
The Reddit gate behind you, slowly opening and then closing. And then, with that, end of turn.
Yep. Can't really do anything else.
Guard will go. Action is refunded. And save.
Greet me, I'm gonna kill your boss.
18. Does that just pass or does that just fail? 17. So it does pass. That is 21 then. It is also going to be most likely. Let's see. Interesting enough. We would double check. Is that gonna be a roll check for him or not? I believe it's one of the three. Yep, it is conjuration. Alright. It's going to attempt it. Succeeds. He is going to Vortex Warp the Arcane
Oh my
Knight
god.
behind Lycan.
Another
Oh
Undertaker
my
meme.
god.
Just
Fucking
The
yeah,
reposition here.
like and then another one.
It would have been a lot worse if he could Vortex Warp the Medusa, but she don't fit, so that could have been way worse. Yep. Let's see, with that, end of guard's turn, positioning himself up there. Red, your go. Okay. Same below surface at 25, got it. End of turn. Okay. Yeah, got it. So with that, top of the turn order, you will notice almost energy around each of your bodies that are able to cast magic, which everyone has that summon inclination, so everyone's going to see that kind of aura around, especially Fang as well, as it seems like something that is inhibiting you is fading, but not entirely gone at the top of the turn order. So rules still stand as a note for the ban restrictions for now. Another con save, Medusa. (24) succeeds. Oh, actually, I need you to roll me a new round of Sickening Radiance damage, speaking of which, because it's just been your turn, Red. So 6d10 for me. She'll take half since she did succeed. 31 down to 15, got it. That does put her in the wounded condition. She will... Oh no, she's 45 down. That's right. She climbed down already. She's been climbing down on the column there. So she got out of it on the last turn. So she's going to then finish her climb, the remaining 25, to get to the water's edge. Just above it, holding onto the column. Let's see. No, because E's already down. So she's going to stay where she was, 45 feet above the water. Go down 5 more feet to be 40 to be level. And then it's a straight shot across. So let me check her vision. Like that is half cover, but with 2 allies within range.
Wisdom save. Sanctuary is still up, bitch.
Yep. It's gonna be a normal against your AC, but she must first make her 3 wisdoms. Normal. First result is a natural 20 success. Second result is a 11 failure. Third result is a 12 failure, so only one shot goes through. Waiting it for
Misty Step doesn't bait reactions, right?
Yes, Misty Step does not bait attack or does not trigger attack of opportunities because it's a teleport.
Okay.
Uh,
Just to make sure.
so a 17 will not connect.
Excellent.
That'll end her turn. Arcane Knight's dodge will come to an end as he is now in front of you, Lycan. He is going to
What's he gonna do? Hit me?
think for a moment to kind of like strike with his green flame combo, but noticing everything's gone down for the moment, he's going to just do 2 glaive attacks and then follow up with a Pam as a bonus. So that's going to be 3 sanctuaries. Technically only 2 if he doesn't hit with his glaive. 11 fails. And 9 fails. So he doesn't get his Pam because he didn't get an initial attack. That's going to end his turn.
Booyah! This motherfucker's gonna teleport.
Fang's going to go. He will go for some melee attacks. He'll use his bonus action to command the Medusa this time around to make her burn her reaction to shoot at you, Lycan. Wisdom.
The Medusa.
Yep, Medusa. 21 on wisdom save. 12 on hit misses. So reactions burn, his bonus action is expended to command. And then Kalor, 2 attacks coming at you. He's going to use his Claws of the Abyss. (17 and 12).
Me use shield.
Okay. Shield goes off. Let's see if he... You know what? He's going to be a little bit greedy and go to counterspell your shield.
I mean, sure, go ahead. I guess
That is-
you can be petty.
30 damage, slashing and necrotic, and I need a con save.
Don't forget you have temp HP. It's not much, but
Yep.
it'll help.
So yeah, 25. And let me just roll my con first.
Okay, so you're taking additional. That'd be additional poison damage. So that's not gonna be for your concentration. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that first is so you're saved by that, but also not saved because the problem is you'll take full damage from the poison. So that slashing necrotic poison, that is 47 total damage, bringing your con save to a 23 for your aura. And then you -5 from your temp, deal 42 to your red.
Okay, let me just con save again.
That just succeeds. That's crazy. Very nice. You maintain your aura by the sliver. As he goes to end his turn, he says, "The restriction should waver soon, such as your life as well." As he gives you some insight. while also threatening you. E.
You got it. Here I come, hee hee XD. I'm still.
Time to nat 20. Let's see it. The same result 3 times in a row.
Oh baby. Let's go.
Sadly, there's no bonus
We take
for doing
those.
that. Alright. Hopefully that's 3 times positive, not 3 times negative, but we'll have to see. Lycan.
Alright, here we go. I'm punching Fang.
Okay.
+1 to
17
gang
does
up.
not. Flanking, so it's +2. 17 does not
Flanking,
hit.
sorry. I'm punching a second time.
23 hits.
I'm going to attempt to stun him.
Okay.
My god, come on, Lycan.
Let's see. That and that. 22 succeeds. 5 damage applied.
Motherfucker. Alright, bonus action. Punch. Actually, no, I can't. I'm not going to flurry because then I won't be able to stun him again.
Fair enough.
2 punches.
Yep. Go for it. 20 hits.
Does that hit?
30. Yep.
Go for stun.
Okay. 9 damage applied. Rolling
Final hit
con.
point.
Dirty 20 passes.
No. How about one more fist to the face, in the eyes?
Yep. Go for it. Hits. Getting some good damage at the very least. He is almost wounded after that last hit.
Fuck me. Jesus Christ, this cunt's fucking invincible.
The invincible tag plays out instead as soon as you're gonna say invincible.
Yeah.
Nope.
And my sanctuary falls. So
That is correct.
that's it. Alright, temp HP.
Kalora, reaction is back. Here you go.
Okay. Ugh. Me bonus action heal me. Okay, nice. Okay, and I'll just continue to try and shoot Mr. Fox. Oh, so close.
Almost a double nat 20, but still a 29 hits.
Yep. And then I will, whatchamacallit, use my final arcane jolt to heal myself.
Okay. 13 puts him in the wounded condition.
Nice.
Second
Okay,
attack.
and then one more roll shot. Oof.
Sally will miss.
And I would have just burnt my dice at this point. Okay, and yeah, just can't do anything else. I'll just continue to,
Your aura.
yeah, continue my everything. I've already healed, so
Oh, that was above. That was the 2d2. That was the 20 there. Got it.
yeah.
Okay. I just missed seeing that the first time. Nice hit. Alright. With that, then 6 additional temp. Guard's kind of screwed. He's just kind of chilling there, waiting for the radiance to get dropped. So he's gonna hold there. Red, it is your go. New round of Radiance. If anyone steps in it. That is 55 plus 40. So if you move one more step, then yes, you could attempt to. Ban is still going for the moment, so it is going to be an attempted roll. But you did see it starting to kind of maybe wither or fade. Sadly, no. That will get refunded to you. Oh, technically speaking, that would have caused you to also had, because you maintained 25 feet below. You would have also had to swim the 25 feet up to be able to be across plus 90 feet, to be within 90 feet for reference. So you'd be at the surface level when you attempted that. Yeah, so you would have been, yeah, that step over, and then you'd be back at the top of the surface level. That, I believe that with your difficult, that would have consumed your movement. Be able to perform that attempt. Even though the spell is refunded, it does still count as a leveled spell attempt cast. So you would not be able to misty step this turn, but another turn you could. It just doesn't burn your spell slot. Alright, so surface level. Okay, mark around that. Marked, perfect. At the top of the turn order, you will notice on all the casters, even E as he's unconscious, that kind of veil-like effect that was almost kind of a ward on each person seems to now fizzle and fade. As Fang's kind of devilish grin will widen as he looks towards you, Kalor. As he gives you the look of all gloves are off now. Medusa will regain action. Sees a red who has his head above water as he attempted to warp the fox. As she holds onto the column, she is going to fire down. Gonna be 2 attacks at you, Red, and still maintaining 1 attack at Lycan. Yes, because she is using her coil of her tail around the column. Then she has her hands free to shoot. So 2 longbows targeting you. That's a 19 and a 24. It is a snake things. But as a note, all band schools are back online for clarification. 25 will stop that 24, bring you up to 27, and stopping the attack. And then last shot Lycan targeting you this time. No sanctuary to worry about. That is a 20 plus gang of a 2 to bring it to 22. Oh, actually, one second.
Alright.
Double check vision. No, half cover, so that would equalize to 20. Maintain itself as a dirty 20. Would not have connected. Because she has half cover against you, so that plus 2 would only equalize her roll. So it'll miss.
Excellent.
And then, since she's below, she has no need to move. She's going to hold right there. Arcane Knight's going to go. And sadly, since they have higher priority of initiative, they're going to take advantage of the band schools being dropped. He's going to initiate 2 sorcery points, bring him up to 4 expended, in order to initiate a bonus action Booming Blade.
Ruh-roh.
19 will still not connect, but it does give him advantage on his next attack as his action. That's a natural 20 against you, Lycan. Let's see. 23 piercing and 22 lightning for a total of 45 damage. So I believe you're out of lucky.
Fuck me. It's 45. Temp HP saves me.
Yep, your temp HP turns directly into your actual HP. As you're on death's door. And its last attack as its action will try to finish you off potentially. This comes out normal. That is a double crit.
Well,
That's going to be 20,
Fuck.
36, 41, which is more than 9. That is unconscious. Or it drops. Ends Knight's turn. Thang will say as he regains his reaction, I'm not sure who sent you, but I'll find out soon enough. As Kalor, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. And do roll high. That was sadly not high enough. You can flash a genius though, if you have.
Yeah, I will
abilities.
flash of genius.
Perfect.
I was just quickly checking if.
Yep. Okay. Good. It's 70 necrotic damage down to 35 thanks to your flash of genius, because he used
Jesus
7th level finger of
fuck.
death to try to kill you.
So, hang on. How much? 35 down.
Yep.
So that'll
Instead
be
of
29.
instead of 70. Yep. And that's all his high levels.
Oh, and then also another constitution for.
Nope. Did he recharge his ability for command?
Oh, okay, that drops.
Aura is down. It is a reaction to flash, if I remember correctly as well, so you would be able to flash again for your con save. He did not recharge his ability to command, so that is going to be the end of his turn. E. Time to get the big E and get up. Alright. Lycan. You're set to whisper. Let's see.
that's the +1 doesn't count, does it?
Is that from your cloak? Is that cloak of protection or something?
It's the.
Yes. It is from cloak of protection.
Is it?
Yep,
Does that count then?
it does. You're up with 1 HP.
Yeah.
That was only because of Proctor, because his aura plus bonuses are only from when he's conscious. But a cloak always protects you. So your cloak of protection just protected you right there. Got you back up with 1 HP. It is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shove this guy off.
All right, it's athletics. Athletics for you. Athletics or acrobatics for him.
Is that just a check?
It is a check, correct. and he rolls whatever he chooses at disadvantage because he has that temp exhaustion. And then for clarification, you just started sinking E in the water, so it's your con mod number of rounds afterwards. So starting next round, you have your con mods remaining. And then 17. He had a 17 normally, but 10 with disadvantage. So he's going to fall 40 feet. And make a little
So you
splash.
take the damage from that?
Yes, it is fall damage. So it's going to be 46. I'll just do a public roll for that one. 8 damage. That's a few ones there, sadly. But the main thing is it gets him away.
I'm on 1 HP in a dream, so can I
That is-
bonus action summon?
That is
Oh,
one
sorry.
special melee attack. So you still have your other normal attack in your attack action. That's not an action to do. That is a special melee attack. To shove someone.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well then, I'm gonna punch this fucker then.
Go for it. $22.
Can I gain a point of exhaustion to try and stun him?
You would, if not for the fact that he is going to throw up a shield here and put himself at 25.
Oh
As a
my
reaction.
god.
But you don't have to take the exhaustion because you do see him throwing up the shield before you burn that key point. But yes, for future reference, you could burn for a key point. But you also do have your bonus action and 2 bonus action attacks, at the very least, since you did initiate the attack action. And 24 just missed with flanking for clarification, so. You do have at least a small chance to still be able to hit him with either one of your attacks if you're going to go for that.
Who's on the field currently? Just a Medusa?
Medusa's on the column, and Arcane Guard's
Yeah.
up top, but he's kind of pushed away because the Radiance is keeping him at bay. You have the Knight below, and then Fang, and that's it.
No, I think it's... So I'd have to roll crit to hit him, right?
No, you would have to roll a 16 or higher with your modifiers plus flanking.
Okay, well, looks like I'm just gonna try and hit him again.
Okay. Will not connect. Time to crit. Let's see it. Sadly,
Oh my
same roll.
god.
Sad.
Fuck.
Alright, holding ground there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. With that in mind, Kalor, it is your go. Your reaction is back, and he is still shielded.
Ugh, okay. Damn it, Lycan, why did you have to get up? I was going to conjure barrage the entire front of me. And like hit you as well, but like, yeah, he'd survive.
It's less worse if you're conscious and I hit you. If you're unconscious, I can say it was just the enemy who did it. Now you have to watch me hit you.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm probably gonna end up unconscious again real soon.
That is true, but the thing is,
He's probably gonna take me out on his next turn. And
But
then
if it
he's
is
gonna Misty
if it
Step
is a
away.
line effect, he did knock the knight down onto the water, so it only hit the Fang.
Yeah. Another reason why you should have been unconscious. No.
Alright, let me take a death fail real quick.
Hold up, punch himself in the face. You're good. We're getting fire. Anyway,
Yeah, okay. Gonna. Fuck. No, I'll go down. That wouldn't do anything. Okay. Gonna bring up Aura Vitality again. And then. Yeah. I use my last level 3. Create Aura Vitality, and then Lighten 2d6 if. Okay. That would just be 7, right?
yes, yeah, because since the band skulls are no longer in effect, there's no additional bonus for succeeding. You just cast as normal now.
Okay.
Okay, so like it's up to 8.
And can't do anything else.
All right, holding there. Let's see. Guard's really in a pickle here. He's gonna start moving all the way around. Oh, jeez, not me to make him huge. He's gonna start moving all the way around in a dash. Try to reposition himself since he's not really able to do much more here. Red reactions back. Do a round of radiance for any of those get triggered in it. Alright, targeting the warp. $18. That's result. I don't believe Chlor does. Yep, he does not. Okay. Sounds good. Say, because he's a smaller creature, you can use your bonus action to kind of get him out of the water so he's not necessarily drowning. For now, at the very least. Sounds good. Medusa holding onto the column. Gonna go for a rinse and repeat. 2 red, 1 lichen. One, two, three. That is a 23 at you, red, for 1. A miss and a nat 1 miss at red, lichen. Shield, heard. Applied. No attacks resolve. She stays on the column. Knight will go. He will begin climbing difficult terrain and dash to put him 30, so he's 10 feet from the ledge. gonna end his turn. Climbs with his mirror images all climbing up with him. Reaction is back. It'll go. Let's see. Let's see. He will. Take the. No, he's just gonna go for 2 claw attacks. Lycan targeting you once, and then Kalor targeting you once. Missing at 14 you Lycan, but 20 to hit at you Kalor.
And that's unshootable. Ugh.
And let's see, if you succeed poison, that's still 8. Still gonna be 28 damage, which I believe will still put you unconscious.
Yeah.
Even at half. Okay. It will take the attack of
Also,
Robert.
Turn order is messed up on my end, saying I'm going before Cleesus and Lycan.
Oh, you are correct. I fixed that. Thank you. He will take an attack opportunity from you, Lycan, to reposition here.
I'll take it.
Okay. 22
Hit him.
is
Can
gonna
I take an
kill.
exhaustion point to stun him?
If he didn't burn his second first level to shield as a reaction, you would be able to.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be the end of his turn. E. Death save as waiting. Lycan, reactions back, it's your go. He does have shield up. And you see Kalor down.
Fuck this guy's shield.
What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna use my last healing bandage on Kalor. That's my
Okay.
action.
That's automatically full.
Wait.
Mhm.
Hang on, let me read something real quick.
All good.
Just in case. Just want to see how this works. I've never done this before. Let me see. Okay. Okay, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna heal Kalor.
Okay. So it's max.
12 HP, Kalor. And can I move here and then push past him?
Yeah, you can. You can move past Kalor, yeah.
The one time I was gonna fucking use
Oh, you would not
I'm
be able
trying to
move.
get the
Conjure
flank
Barrage!
bonus.
You could move like you'd move here, not necessarily pushing past him, but you'd move diagonally. This would work, just as a note. But you can't move through an enemy's tile, just for rules clarification.
Oh, okay.
But you could still get to
Can
where
I
you're
get-
going to, with your movement speed.
Whatever Kalor's doing, am I in range of that?
It's a cone.
So yeah,
I'm just
It's-
trying to give you the +1 for the hitting, and also my punches need to be close to him.
+1 for the hitting isn't much when he's 25 AC, man.
+2 with flanking.
Every
but
bit
still,
counts.
Yeah, every bit does count, but if I mean, in a theory, where you are currently Lycan, if it's a cone, it would start at 5 feet, then expand from him. So if he steps forwards to do the cone, you are out of range. But if you were to step to get flanking for the +2, then you'd be in his cone no matter what. So where you're standing right now, token-wise, is safe. Step to flank to get behind him, not safe for cone.
Okay. So I can stand here.
Yes.
Is this good?
Yep. There is good for cone. End of turn.
Because I got a bonus action.
Yep. You have another sanctuary.
Yeah, I'm kind of sanctuary myself.
That's a good idea.
I think that's the only bonus action I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't think you have healing words. That is the only one. Caloric.
Well, I do.
Oh, you do?
Actually, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to the schools being banned.
Yeah, they're no longer banned.
Yeah. Maybe I healing word myself, but
A
I don't know, I think I'm
sanctuary is
less
better
likely
than
to
not
get-
taking damage than it is healing. A healing word.
yeah, because
You save
it
way
doesn't
more
matter. I
damage
could
than you
heal like
heal.
I'm still gonna go down. Yeah, I'm gonna sanctuary instead.
All right. Then Calor. It is your go. Half a minute to get up from being prone. Getting ready for a barrage.
Yep. I will take an exhaustion point and. Bam. How does exhaustion work with fucking spells again? Trying to do level
you can
3.
access either a spell higher than what you normally can cast, or access a spell slot that you previously had, but it are expended. So you could use a 3rd level, or in this case, if you didn't have 3rd level, you could use a 4th level for an exhaustion.
I'll use a 3rd level. I'll just get up.
Mhm.
Yeah, grab a dagger, throw it, and conjure barrage.
Okay. So that is going to apply 1 level of exhaustion on you. And then you would step 1 more foot closer to him to be within melee range of him. That way the cone doesn't expand 2 times and reach like Lycan. So you would have to be within melee. That way the 5 feet expands on his tile and then further. But otherwise that will go through. And then it is 3d8 on a dex save.
Yep, let me just.
That is a magical effect. He gets an 18. So that is 9 damage then?
Yep.
Okay.
So I just. Hold up. And then. Cannot do anything else, so.
Alright.
End my turn.
Arcane Guard's going to continue to do his little jog around the map.
Has he been moving this whole time, or has he been standing still?
No, he's been dashing around the map,
Jesus.
trying to get somewhere, at least to get in a range to help out. Let's see. And
Fuck that
then
guy.
yeah, Guard's just chill, trying to run around. Red, reaction's back, shield is down, it is your go. Full greater health potion. It is 1 charge to an ally to get them conscious from unconscious as an action. But you can hand him the potion afterwards for his turn. So it'll be 4d4 plus 4 for the 1 charge you administer. Okay. E44 plus 4. And then you have a potion in your hands when you regain consciousness. And then you have bonus action and movement, Red. You have to be 10 feet climbing to get to the ledge. So up to the wall and then 10 feet of climbing. Yes, it's 40 feet up, correct. Okay, so kind of placing yourself on the column, kind of standing on the kind of level ground of the column, and she would then be 40 feet above you, for reference. Correct, yeah, you're looking up. Yep. As noted, she's 40 feet away from you. Oh, wait. No, she was going to go to water level, and I recorrected that statement during that same turn because she wouldn't be level with her shot. She stayed where she was, went 5 feet down, so that she was 40 feet across when she was sniping people. Because it didn't make sense for her to go down fully to water level. That was corrected in the same turn. Yes, because she's 40 feet, 30 feet from the top of the floor down, from the 70-foot column. Should be outside because it expands. It's not right above her head, otherwise that'd be directly down. That'd be 70. And then be 80. So it'd be 80 movement and then a Misty Step. Yeah, you'd have, in theory, you could dash movement plus Misty Step to get to the ledge. Right, because you don't, yeah, because you just had the bonus action, yeah. That's right. Okay. Just saying cover kind of underneath here. Got it? Have a turn order. Medusa still holding on. Let's see. She will go to fully reposition here now. Dropping the rest of the 40 down to water level and then swimming 20. So she is swimming here with a dash. She is in water now. It looks like she's trying to get herself to the platform here, reposition the target, the two of you down to the south, and also try to make your way somewhere around here. But with that, under turn. Arcane Knight's gonna go. He's gonna start climbing back up. It's difficult terrain, so he's gonna dash. That'll put him 10 feet from the ledge for this turn. Fang regains reaction. is going to make 2 claw attacks. That is a 25 at Lycan and a 23 at Kalor.
Wisdom save.
You are correct, wisdom save. My bad, let me reroll. Yeah, let me actually roll that. 25 wisdom.
Fuck. 07.
That is unconscious before poison roll. As a note. Let's see. Anything else you could do on this action wise? No. He's gonna hold there for now. E. Conscious, greater health potion, 1 charge off, rest of it's full. Remaining. Your go, Medusa's in the water, making her way over towards you, and Red.
Making my way downtown. Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
27.
That'll definitely hit. You're still set to whisper though.
Oh, sorry.
All good.
Alright. That's going to be 3 plus 5, because for some reason my
Every time you level up,
thing.
it does
And
that.
also. And then also, I think, I don't remember if I get the.
Extra
What
bonus
is
from
it?
Genie, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think it's your proficiency bonus, right?
That does sound right.
Use-
Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
proficiency bonus, so that's going to be an extra plus 4. So that's going to be a plus 9. So 12 damage on the first one, and she gets pushed
Yep.
back 10 feet.
Heard. Back she
And
goes.
then the second one. Oh,
Very nice.
Let's go.
let's go. Oh, baby, let's go.
Double
No.
ones on the nat 20. So 2 plus 5, right?
Yeah,
Alright, 7 damage.
7 damage.
The dice giveth and taketh away.
Yes, they do.
And we are also combined level 10, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
One more level and it's 3, but say that be.
Correct. Yep.
Alright. And then bonus action, I'll take a swig of the potion, I guess.
Heard. 44 plus 4. Lycan, let's see if that cloak be doing the protection once again.
It worked last time.
It did. Not this time. Kalor. Double check for you.
Yeah, I'm down as well.
Okay, GM set. Death save.
But where is the funny?
Alright, you can mark that one. Arcane Guard.
Will she push back an additional? Will she push
Oh.
back an additional 10 feet from the second one?
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. He is still dashing around here, getting a reposition. He's going for the ultimate comeback
I should-
clutch guard attack. Play.
Probably should have moved too, but let me.
Oh, good. You can if you'd like to. I'll allow you to move if you want to reposition.
Is this space like? Could I get through this thing?
Given your tiny size, you can, through difficult terrain, squeeze through here. Technically, through the water flow. The water. There's no water technically there, so yeah, you can go through the tiny hole there.
All right, I'll just move 30 feet across then.
Okay. And then red. Medusa is in the wounded condition now. Forgot to mark that. She's at water level. Yeah, she came down, swum across, and in the water, he pushed her back 20 feet with Eldritch Blast. So she's directly across from your ruler.
Whoops.
And note, just as a reminder, anything marked with the X is a collapse column for reference. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, see if you could just vortex her up 90 feet to the platform. Okay. Con save. Coming up. That's a natural 1. She gets warped up to there. And this is her first time entering the area, so she'll also need to do that. Let's see, so it's 90 feet from you. I think technically, so that is plus 70. Yeah, technically speaking, just on the platform is 90. It's the point 90 feet from you. Sounds good. So give me one reroll, I believe, because I don't think we had you roll yet. We haven't had you roll yet for the 60-10 for this, because she is entering the first time. And then another con save. 12 fails, so she'll take 28 damage of radiant, and she's at 2 levels of exhaustion. Okay. Anything else? Swim towards you with 15 feet. Hurt. Top of the turner, she will start her turn, and then she'll make another con save against the 68, or 68, so she 10. 16 will also fail, so she'll take another 28 damage, go down to staggering. And she is at 3 exhaustion, which will place her at disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Speed is halved. Let's see. She'll look over to the arcane guard and for some form of response. She's going to maintain the ground she has currently instead of moving. And disadvantage, she is going to fire 3 shots targeting you. Red. Miss on first. Miss on second. It's double nat ones. And that is a 20 dirty, does not hit. Ending her turn. Knight's gonna finish climbing the ledge. Oh, it's 10 remaining, which is 20 feet. Let's see, he's gonna use 10 feet to move into here. See the situation, and then with his mirror images up, he's just gonna take the dodge action for now. Let's see, Fang. Okay. You're going to notice E and red behind the secondary throne on the upper platform. This kind of 5-foot opening begins to kind of 5-foot kind of maybe a square shape will begin to glow all of a sudden and then stop glowing. And then nothing else happens as the other two are unconscious to see what's taking place. E, it is your go.
I swear to fucking Christ if he's healing.
How far up is this?
It'd be 40, and then difficult to squeeze through would be 50, and that would get you onto the square technically. If you were technically 5 more feet, it'd be 55 because you have to go 5 more feet over. But 55 gets you right here.
Can I get myself into here with like just my movement and a misty step?
Yes, yeah. If you were to, let's see, what is your movement at?
30.
30. So if you were to misty step, move 10 feet, misty step up, then move another 5, which would be 10 because the difficult would be 20. You'd get to here plus another, plus another 10 more feet would get you around the corner to here.
Okay.
That'd be misty
I'll
step
get there
and
and then
you see Fang standing over Kalor and Lycan, and you see in his hands are what looks to be these strange silver collars.
I'm going to
Arcane runes all on the collars.
My God. Still have my action. I assume he still has counter spells, so even if I try to cast a spell on him. Okay. I'm going to attempt to shape with flesh. And I'm going to polymorph him into a something slow, something small. A turtle, I guess.
The guard or Fang?
Snail. Fang.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn him into a snail.
Yeah, he's gonna retaliate with a counter spell in response to that.
Okay, good thing I use shape with flesh. I'm going to spell his counter spell at 5th level.
Okay. See. Now do that. Does he have visibility? Not here. He actually currently out of light sight. That's weird. You can see him. Okay. The guard that can see that you can see is able to counterspell back, but he's gonna have to roll against a 5th level. He doesn't have a 5th level.
Is he able to do that if he's holding for dodge?
He's not holding for dodge, he is dodging. He uses his action to dodge.
Right, okay.
Dodge is just an action. So, that is going to be attempted roll. it's 1d20 plus his modifier. He has to get a 15 or higher. Charisma mod, okay. That is a 17 on the result.
Alright, well, I think I used my once per... Did I use my once per day free silvery barbs? I know that I've used spell slot for silvery barbs. I don't know if I used my free one.
I would assume to use your free one first, but if you use your spell slot, I would still say you still have your free one. But you've used your reaction to counterspell this turnaround, so. You have
Oh
the other
yeah,
barbs right
okay.
now.
Well,
But you probably still have the free one then if you use a sorcerer level for the last one. Alright,
alright.
but that will burn the knights, burn one of Fang's middle spells. With that, that is all your movement as well, so you're not able to reposition Lycan. Okay. Kalor. Okay. So zero each there. Are applied, and then Arcane Guard. Vortex Warping Medusa. Over to here. I don't think he's in line of sight of you. He's well past 60. Yep. Gets his reposition for his turn. All that running around for him paid off at the very least. He's also going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 afterwards. Red, you go. So that would be 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 plus Misty Step would get you on the platform. You might not have to dash. Let me double check. For reference, this is the collapsed platform, so you can get 5 and 10 without difficult terrain, because you're not swimming for this portion here. So that would be normal movement. And then this would become 20, then 30, then 40 to get up to 10 feet, to Misty Step onto the ledge. And then I believe you have 45, so that would give you 5 feet to get right into melee with the 40. So it would get you right up to the ledge with a bonus action and movement. Still give you an action, and you're right here. You have 50 feet movement? Oh, okay, so just 40 on the thing. So you had 5 feet movement there to get into melee with 5 extra movement. So you'd be able to get into melee with the mirror image knight there, who is dodging. His reaction is expended. You still have your action. Okay. Disadvantage attack. .25 will still connect. It'll hit one of his mirror images. Bring him down to 2. Second attack. 14 will not connect. Alright. Top of the turn order. Noose is in a bad shape. Probably can't get a good position here either. 5, 10, 15. Position yourself just to the edge here. That is going to allow her to see you at half cover here. No, actually, it wouldn't because the stairs there. Somewhat halfway up on that platform. I'm gonna say 3/4 cover. She's gonna attempt to shoot you, Red. 3/4 cover. And +1 from gang up. Yep. The terrain is now causing them issues. So 3 attacks.
She also attacks at disadvantage, right?
Yes. Because she has the temporary exhaustion on her. So that is +4 to your armor class, because normally it's 5 but -1 from the gang up. So I'll put you at 26. Neither of the 3 attacks hit. It's going to end her turn. Arcane Knight, who counterspelled, regains his reaction. His dodge ends. He is going to... There we go. Burn the last of his sorcery points to Booming Blade in retaliation against you, Red, as his bonus action. In order to set up his combo. Normal. 22. Just connecting unless response. Shield. Okay. Five, 10, 15, 25, 30. As you watch the fox kind of grin, this kind of devilish grin, and you're not sure entirely why. All of a sudden, Arcane Knight rounds the corner and follows up his glaive attacks at you.
Right. Oh boy, oh boy.
Let's see. That is advantage because he initiated his bonus action. For his first attack. 25 on the first to hit. And a nat 20 on the second. That is
All right.
14 on the first, and then that is unconscious on the second because of crit.
You got it.
Reactions back. Yes, everyone is down except for Red now. Fang will kind of snarl back in your direction, Red, and say, "Well, this has been the most fun I have had in hundreds of years. How about we continue this in a more pleasant conversation? Otherwise, Carla goes on your friend, and it's not a good story from there." And he's going to hold his action to be doing something for Red around the corner. You'll be able to see what he's doing. But He is going to be holding a action to do so, which he can stop to do another reaction, or if he commits to it, it'll burn his reaction, as noted. Whisper me. Hopefully a 20.
Whispering.
It would be preferred. Sadly not. Lycan.
Close though. Close.
Yeah, a 19 or 20 whisper would be nice.
Just roll a 20.
Just roll a 20. Or not.
That was not a 20.
That was not a 20. Kalor. I need a 20. Not a 20. Guard is doing the best work this tiny guard can. He's gonna dash over to here and get over to not in the effect there. And that's gonna end his turn. Reaction is back, Red. You heard what Fang has said to you. What do you do?
Yes. Around.
Yeah, you're clipping out. So I can turn you up. Oh, good. Okay. I'll simply move your token for now 10 feet to around the corner. You see a silver collar in each one of his hands. Technically speaking, one's kind of more on the upper part of his wrist as he keeps one hand in theory open. And then he has his other hand fully grasping the collar itself and seemingly holding it right towards Lycan's neck. It seems as though he's holding to see if you respond with a hostile intention to drop it on Lycan. Correct. It seems that he will place his collar on Lycan, whatever it does, if he sees any, getting too close, doing a hostile action, anything other than holding a discussion. It seems that this is Fang's terms, because as he's been trying to tell Kalor and the others, he wants to know who sent the party after him. As you kind of slowly lower the blade, looking at the fox, asking for a parlay. And you ask, are we here for the orb? That you're here for the orb, he'll say. You're just here for the orb. Well, no, he won't be able to say anything yet, because he'll burn his reaction. He's playing defensive, so he wouldn't bite. He looks like he's going to respond, but he's clearly going to wait in order to his response. So he does not burn his reaction to bite to respond right now, but he will simply hold his action until his turn before he responds. If you hold an action to cast a spell that is considered concentrating on that spell, even if it normally doesn't require concentration. To my understanding. You could still vortex warp him in theory to drop him, 90 feet into the water again to 96 damage, but sadly it wouldn't combo with the Sickening Radiance as is. You hold your action to respond to his action, technically speaking. So as he would go to put the collar on Lycan, let's say, your response goes off. So if you were to cast something now, his response goes off first, but if you hold it, your response goes off first. Correct. If you were to vortex him right now, and he sees you going to vortex warp, his collar goes off on Lycan. But if you hold, and then he goes to collar, then you vortex warp him first. Is kind of how that priority works. It's like what goes on the stack first, and then what responds to that stack. So in this case, it's better to risk holding it to respond in order to have the priority. If you act first, he responds first, technically. That's how the reactions go off. He's not staggering. He is wounded, though. So between 25 and 50% range. Potentially. It's something that you can pose to him. Verbally. To see if he gives any reaction to that. He doesn't use words, but he does nod, seemingly allowing you to do so. Implying as long as your friend, maintains the parlay as well, but he doesn't verbally say that, he just kind of gives you that look. You may use an action to do one charge of a common or greater.
These like warrior guys here.
Yeah, the Arcane Knights.
Does it look like they have? Yeah. Does it look like they have the collars around their necks?
No. They seem to have turned into that stone-like skin, or the stone men. That's probably more a Medusa control type of thing. Is what you'd picked up on previously. Okay. So instead of getting Kalor up right now, he's going to hold a Vortex Warp or something else? Sure. Okay. So 2d4 plus 2, Kalor. And that will reset your death saves. Max health, very nice. 10 health.
Yeah, plus 2.
Yep. You're just laying in a pool of blood, and so is Lycan as you regain consciousness once again. And that'll end your turn, Red, for now. You kind of wait to see how he responds. Yes, I'll allow it. He doesn't seem to take it as a hostile intent as you try to move your ally behind. Kind of like take a defensive stance as you go to heal him. But he is kind of keeping his eye on you. Okay, just kind of indicate, sure. Medusa will move up to kind of get ready to line a shot here, just staying outside the radius. And that's going to be her turn, holding an action. Arcane Knight will look towards Fang, and as if instinctually understanding somewhat of a command, he reaches in the pocket of Fang and pulls out something. It looks to be a scroll. And he opens the scroll. Fang doesn't seem to say anything. He's just kind of keeping his eye on you. As it doesn't seem as though he goes to read, it seems to be anything hostile, as he utters the words healing word as a mass. Let's see, 3d4 plus 3. He will heal himself, Fang, E, and Lycan for 11. But Lycan does not seem to move. He doesn't seem to judder. The healing seems to wrap around him, but does not seem to get him up. The knight will look at you, E, as you kind of come to consciousness. You will see that it looks like the scroll kind of burning in his hands seemed to be the thing that helped you gain consciousness, as a note, E. And then it will go to Fang. Let's see. Regain his reaction. Looking towards Lycan, who is now appearing to be lifeless. and he'll say, "You're just here for the orb." You must love misunderstandings. He looks over to Lycan and says, "Well, there is a little bit of a rope trick with that one. But it's always about roundabout ways, right?" He will put the collar on Lycan's corpse, and Lycan, you regain 1 HP as you are pulled back as the collar is placed on you. As he will go to say, "It does keep things from sneaking away from you," with a kind of a large grin on his face as he looks at you, Red. As the collar does activate a Revivify, but you will notice, Lycan, as you are placed, the collar placed upon you, you do seem not as though you're immediately like the Fang or anything of that nature, but you do kind of feel like there is this ward around him, kind of this aura that you seemingly can't target him at the current moment. You don't feel like your abilities or anything like that are sealed. Just almost kind of like there's a ward placed around him in your kind of actual vision, like a silvery ward. That was his action to activate that magical item on you, and as like it kind of
Is that around
comes back to life.
the guard as well?
No, as noted by to E, that these guys seem to be more like stone men shaped by the Medusa, not collars placed upon them by the Fang.
But like, I don't feel like I can't attack this guy.
No, you feel like you probably could attack him, though it would probably make the situation worse, and you don't know what the Fang can do when you're under the collar of his effect either. But you, for some reason, if you really wanted to try to attack him, you could. Might make matters a lot worse, though.
Just making sure I have that in my mind.
Yep, heard. And then Fang will look back and say, towards you, I'll keep it kind of brief because it's still within combat, technically speaking. I'll look to you, Red, and say, "I don't mind giving up the orb if that's all you came here for. But you could have just, dispelled the door, came in, and asked first."
As a reaction, Claw, still lying on the ground, just say, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Perfect.
Oh, this shit! You could have just fucking asked!" And then I'll just continue playing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say in response to him,
Mhm.
the only orbs I want are your balls, removed from your body and placed in your mouth.
As you're like catching your breath, still trying to spit some extra blood out. Fang just kind of looks with a large kind of like, not like his normal kind of grin, but like almost kind of like a half laugh as he seems to find that quite funny. Coming from a Fae. But he only kind of gives like that side profile kind of face, kind of like a Death from Puss in Boots kind of look. But it is your go, technically speaking, as Fang will end his turn. And then if no one else declares combat, it will move out of combat. But if you maintain combat, then we maintain the turn order. So, what would you like to do? Do you notice the Arcane Knight in front of you did burn a scroll to get you back up? But you do now see a collar just placed on Lycan, which also did seem to bring it back to life, as the healing did not. I'm gonna switch over the music to match some tense negotiations for us.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna say fuck this, and I'm gonna poof into my ring.
Okay. You go into your ring. Actually, let me keep you visible there, otherwise you'll lose the line of sight entirely. I'm just gonna put a temporary X on you just to know that you're in the ring, but you're able to see still. Drag the vision a little
Okay.
bit over. There we go. Then Lycan, currently on the ground, prone.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Instead of going into the ring,
Yep.
I'll sit back down.
Can- I'm thinking if I should hold an action to Eldritch Blast if something goes happening all weirdy.
I think that counts as aggressive, though.
Does that count as aggressive? Probably, right?
Probably. I mean, you're vocally holding that, and that small little object blast are technically being held, or some visual of the offensiveness of that spell is being held.
All right, poof into the ring then.
Okay. Lycan, as you get up from being prone, you will feel immediately at the start of your turn as if something is probing your thoughts.
Nani? Impossible. I have the magic vestments.
Mm-hmm. Do.
I think about something that whoever's probing doesn't want to think about.
Sure.
Like I think about what Queen would look like with no clothes on.
Okay. Just metal.
Queen's
Even
Sounds
though
good.
she's already got no clothes on.
just,
thinking of
Queen is
Queen
famously
and-
known to
just
wear
as is metal.
lingerie at all times. Claude didn't like
Mm.
put that into her. She just
Mm.
finds lingerie and just wears it at all times.
Yep.
Stupid sexy Queen.
But yeah, you do
Hopefully
get
those thoughts keep the invader distracted.
yeah, but you do get the feeling that your ability to choose to ward off is being already chosen for you, and that's how it's proving into your mind still. That's the feeling that you get.
What is this? I'll say to the Fang as I clutch at the collar.
He doesn't seem to be
I try
comfortable,
to-
and he'll reply in a very blank, like 1 to 2 words. That way he doesn't burn his reaction. He's going to say, "Your survival."
I'll try and take it off.
Okay, doesn't seem to work.
I look perplexed. End turn.
Okay. Cooler. As noted at the top of the round, I will declare if we end combat or not for parlay. But for now, Kalor, you are conscious.
I'll just get up. It's like
Okay.
lean onto Red. It's like arms on his shoulders and just like eyes just looking past. Can I do a Arcana check just to see?
Sure.
Yeah, Lycan's little thingamabob.
Okay.
Not gonna whatchamacallit it. So yeah.
Oh, you were set to
Fuck's sake,
whisper,
that's not fun.
but it's a natural 20, so that's very
Uh,
nice. Let's see. Minus the guidance,
Yeah, I'm not
but
gonna
still
Yeah, mine's
29.
again.
But with the 29, you are able to distinguish that this is a very old item, probably maybe something in your studies as an artificer. From your world, this item exists, or your universe item exists. For clarification, It is a more ancient banding of dimensional shackles. It is surrounds itself around detecting the thoughts of the individual to maintain that they are maintaining servitude to the individual. They are originally used as more or less servitude or neutral ground collars. Some of them are even placed upon uh, neutral parties before going into a conversation by a third party to prevent them from attacking each other or kind of breaking the peace. You do know that its ability is to detect thoughts. It is able to repulse or kind of ward like a sanctuary, preventing, but a full protection, preventing from the individual from targeting at all, or even like area of effects, things like that, to the target who puts on the collar. If the collar is broken, there has been abilities to attempt to mentally break through the collar, but there's not exact science on when it happens, at least from your knowledge. When it happens, it immediately breaks the collar and makes it unusable. If it's broken in any other way, but except for removed by the individual willingly to remove the collar is destroyed afterwards. Is what you're able to know. Collar of Arcane Binding. But you have only read those in books. They were said to have been gone a very long time ago in your universe. You could probably picture the same thing maybe happened in this one, given similarities and parallels. But this place is quite old.
And he'll just fucking say to Red, just is it over? And I will do nothing else for the yeah. Nothing else but annoy Red by my weight. Oh yeah, would I also know that like hang on, capable of Revivify, never mind. So if it is taken off, he won't just crumble into dust.
No, it's not that it yeah, for clarification, I was just typing out what else it could do. But yeah, it's capable of using Revivify. It doesn't like just keep him animated. It just activates Revivify on the individual. So that third level spell has already been expended. And mental commands of the wielder can affect the wearer, but they're able to do wisdom saving throws to attempt to resist, and any self-harm directed ones are completely removed. He just can't order that to happen on those creatures or on the wearer.
But can we self-harm ourselves? We as in people who are cold?
You could punch yourself in the face, but he can't command yourself to punch yourself in the face. For clarification on how that one works.
Just seeing where my mental's at. Although
Sounds
he
good.
could probably sense that.
He's probably reading it.
Lycan's been a slave before. He did not like it.
No, it's probably bringing back bad memories at the moment. But Clore, that is the end of your turn.
Yep.
Arcane Guard's gonna do a little bit of nothing. Just hold his action for a bolt, then it's probably never gonna go off. Red. Okay. He will seem to wait for his response fully, but he will seem to at least note in two words, trying to figure out the best words that he could say within a 2-word without burning, because he doesn't trust to go to a full monologue, burning his reaction just yet. He is going to say 2 words, after party. Kind of the spin of sigils in his eyes and a smile on his face. What do you do? Okay. Lycan, you do hear that Fang says that it is willing to remove the collar, or will remove the collar, after all the parlay has been done. You can use a word or two, or you can use your reaction to respond further, Lycan.
Lycan will sadly nod. Wait, what am I nodding to?
Like,
Just for out of character's sake.
okay, so nodding for an attack or shaking head for a parlay. Okay. Or a verbal. Either one of the three is up to you.
Ecclesias is in the ring, right?
Ecclesias is in the ring. It is you, Kalor, Red, Knight, and Fang.
I believe I can come out of the ring. Let me double check. If it's an action or a bonus action to come out.
I think it's still an action for you at the moment. I could be wrong.
Bonus action to leave.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So if I hear stuff going on the outside, I'm gonna.
Yeah, on your turn you can come back out.
Yeah. I do want to kill these guys. Quinn wants to kill these guys.
I want to kill
Clesis
these
is supposed to be
guys.
non-confrontational.
He's put the choice to me.
Yeah, he's looking at you.
I think Red is pretty built, but I don't think the rest of us are as well. because because he healed. I don't know if Fang healed, but this guy fucking healed.
Fang got some health. Yes, the knight healed himself. Fang, you and E with what he could heal.
And I've got the collar as well, so he could make me fight you.
Yep. Or make you just sit there
Not
and
that I
watch.
do much. I have 1 HP.
Mhm.
My only concern is I don't want to say fight and then that kills the rest of the party. Because that's my only concern.
That is a gamble.
My vote is fight, but is everyone else okay with that potentially ending their lives, or do they want to hear them out?
Fang has
And then you can
seemed
always...
quite confused why you come just for this orb, and he seemed to seem that it looks to be somewhat of a combative misunderstanding. But continuing to fight will revert probably his willingness to continue having a conversation. This is the second time he's prompted a conversation. It probably will not be as willing to do it a third time.
Quinn, Pyro, thoughts?
He doesn't want.
You betting on Red?
Yeah, he doesn't like his chances. He's probably gonna back down.
Red will be okay to get a turn off, but I think the Law and Ecclesias might be fucked.
As a reaction, I'll just say, it is not worth it.
Lycan will shake his head.
Okay, so Lycan maybe goes for the nod, hears Kalor's statement, changes his mind to shaking his head.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then with that, at the top of the turn order, if there is no hostile correlation, the combat will end. As Fang will go to shake hand to Parlay. He will also state, as he would go through his turn, Parlay still must be completed. This is my only assurance, given that you busted in to try to kill me. But I give you my word. I have no reason to kill you. It only means the one who sent you will come back and kill me. Again, at least attempt to. It's in my interest to give you the orb and see you on your way. No, I said after the parlay. We haven't finished parlaying. Parlaying, I give you the item, you go on your way. Caller drops. I don't have to be next to him to make the caller drop. If I just will it, it can happen. It's how you interpret it after parlay.
What are you doing in this place in the first place?
My own research, maintaining things, looking into things. But it's not looking into the orb, so don't really need that. In fact, it's more of a hassle for me to even keep it, so you taking it off my hands is saving me hundreds of years of more trouble.
And the skeleton in the other room? Is he the Arcane Lord?
Was. I don't think you call that. The leftovers. The same thing, no.
Lycan nods at Red's statement.
I didn't know you. Well, then it's a bigger misunderstanding. I mean, not a place is abandoned. You don't have to kick down the person's home. Yes, you're going here for riches, I assume, then, but it's very rare someone would find this place without the intention of finding it, which is why I suppose that someone sent you here. But we can certainly talk about this, not in this waterway. I know there's an item in there somewhere. You notice he'll reach his hand. There's kind of a glow you kind of notice in the corner of your eye, color, I would say red, maybe from the angle that you have behind the throne. As he kind of reaches his hand into this white space, and he pulls out what looks to be almost kind of like a cube. It kind of looks like a Rubik's cube in a way, kind of shaped. Small different square patches on it. I'll say, yes, this will get us across. He'll kind of motion to like walk past you to get to the other side. As he kind of says, a wizard of Thay. Well, makes sense that they're old enough to remember this place. Curious to why they're looking into the arcane lords. They were not on good terms back in the day.
What does the orb do?
Hold something. The rest, I don't really know. You're not really good to touch it if you're a caster, I'm afraid. And he will kind of begin walking, kind of very nonchalantly. Kind of his backward hand will raise up to drop the cube as it hits kind of, as it goes to leave that 5-foot square, it creates this translucent, multicolored blocks of space as it kind of rolls like a cube over towards the platform and says, this will hold. The knight will carry your friend, unless he decides to leave the ring. Then the knight's gonna pick up the ring, kind of hold on to it with his open hand. Doesn't seem to initiate if someone takes the ring. If you take the ring from him, the knight will hand you the ring.
Oh damn it! I wanted to go up and be like, I do. No. Like you can take it.
But
Like
he
in
will begin.
stats galore.
He'll begin walking across the platform that's now created by this magical cube.
I will follow if I can
Yes.
get out of this wall.
Yep, he will say, "Oh, the radiance thing. Nice touch, but shall we?" As he motions for Red to drop it. It's like another round or so remaining. But it is in the way of where the cube takes the party. Let's see. Assuming it gets dropped. Okay. And that will remove the exhaustions for now. The Medusa and the Arcane Guard will simply stay at attention, kind of watching from above. Only the Knight seems to follow alongside Fang. As he says, one moment. He kind of motions with his hand. The Knight will kind of walk over, and the Knight will drag this kind of throne that he had there, which was blocking a door. And he'll say, "The orb's just behind here, along with some of my other belongings. Just the orb, though. Obviously, I'm willing to parlay with that." As he goes to open the door, we are at time, a little bit over, but it's a good point to leave it on the cliffhanger.
Get his ass! Throw him over the board again.
Bye-bye.
Trample him!
Yep.
Ecclesias, get him! I summon Ecclesias and shoot him at him.
Yep.
Go for the
You
eyes!
throw my ring at the throw me a ring at the ground, and I just go and I'm like
Ecclesias, I choose you.
polymorph into
Pokemon Ball the ring. Just goes like, no, just goes biting.
I was kidding, by the way,
Use-
guys.
He's like,
Just in
use
case.
Thunderbolt, and I'm like, I don't have that spell.
But with that, now we will leave the recording here. Come back next time.